Gotcha!
Electricity was literally running between them.
No, that was beautiful. I'm so glad you're here.
Shut up!
So in my last video, I counted down the bottom 5 of my top 10 list, that being Tammy, Matt, Jocelyn, Daryl, and I dipped into the bottom 5 with Josh. If you happen by this video first, you can click the title card up here to watch part 1. But in this video, I'll be rounding up the best of the best and even giving a few honorable mentions. I'm Andro Geekin. No. 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 The Bobbist. Now let's get back to our boy Josh.
Oh, okay, no problem.
You're taking like a long time to say things back to me.
Oh crap, I gotta stop doing this. Am I?
Josh is a tap-happy, ballet-dancing, and tights-wearing romantic. Coupled with these facts, he seems to be relatively mature for a 14-year-old. Take, for example, the episode 2 for Tina. In the episode, Tina had her heart set on going to a dance with Jimmy Jr., but his response wasn't the best.
Would you like to go to the dance with me?
The best I can do now is a maybe. I want to know what all my options are first.
Now compare that to later in the episode when Josh asked Tina,
Our school dance is Saturday. Will you come with me?
Don't you want to know what your other options are?
No, silly. I want to go with you.
A yes is better than a maybe, sweetie. Don't end up like your father.
What?
Don't end up like your father.
Now under normal circumstances, I'd say that Jimmy's response was acceptable, but given their history, I'd say that he owed her a bit more than just a maybe.
Hey, say it out. Whoa.
Why is your face so wet?
But back to Josh. Tina Belcher has had a lot of crushes over the years, but Josh was technically the first to have a crush on her.
Is it you? Did you come back?
I did. Every day this week. I can't stop thinking about you. I want to meet face to face.
Even though he's only appeared in a few episodes, Josh became a fan favorite simply by the way that he came in as the perfect little gentleman that literally swept Tina off her feet. And I'm kind of embarrassed to say that I'm here for it. It's cute.
It was like being on a romantic stool.
Yeah, well, that was just a stool sample.
When I consider the way that things ended between Josh and Tina, I always discredit the writers, thinking that they just randomly made them quit on each other so that Tina can have boys forever. In the comment section for part 1 of this video, one person even ended their comment by saying they did Josh dirty. They meaning the writers. And for a while I'd have been inclined to agree, but after a bit of thought, I realized that Tina isn't and will most likely never be a one guy kind of girl.
We can make this work. We'll come up with a makeout wheel, kind of like a chore wheel.
The undeniable fact is that Tina is a budding polygamist who just wants a mountain of boys at her feet, and unfortunately Josh just wasn't that kind of guy.
If you ever go back to being a one-boy girl, you know where to find me.
But his patience and chivalrous disposition earns him the bottom of my top 5.
I only like you as a friend. What?
We keep saying the same thing at the same time.
Koala Bear,
How much
North
longer
Carolina,
is this?
roller
Oh,
skate.
we're done.
Next up, auditioning for field reporters, Andy and Ollie.
Back to you, Andy. Back to you, Ollie. Back to you, Andy. Back to you, Ollie.
Entering the number 4 spot the same way they were born are twins Andy and Ollie Pesto. This pair of kiddos can be kinda cute, except one of them has an unfortunate head of hair.
That hurt my feelings.
Voiced by siblings Laura and Sarah Silverman, the bond of Andy and Ollie is just about as authentic as it gets. In almost every scene they're in, they can be found holding hands, and inseparable would be the easiest way to describe them, but I dare say that word just isn't strong enough.
Take a look at my buddy board and find your randomly assigned buddy. Okay, hold on, wait. Hey, oh look, Andy and Ollie got assigned to each other. What are the odds? Yay!
It is odd to consider them comic relief in a show that's primarily comedy, but I do. Andy and Ollie are the brothers of Jimmy Jr. and sons of Jimmy Pesto, who shall not be named. Now that's a bad editing software. Bad! Now. Louise usually enlists the twins whenever she has some sort of scheme to brew, from selling off their art, keeping the money for her underground casino, or heisting a $14,000 toilet. Andy and Ollie have actually helped make each of these a success. I used to sometimes forget who is who, but I'm sure Ollie's full name is Oliver, and you can say that he has an olive shirt, so it's easy to remember that way.
You call us this one and that one. And sometimes you call us The Shining and I don't get the reference.
It's said that twins have an almost ESP-like connection, and the Pesto twins are no exception.
Andy, someone's trying to steal your candy. Thanks, Ollie. You're welcome, Andy. Damn it, Ollie. How did you know? I felt it coming out of Andy's pocket.
Get a womb.
I love it. Get a womb. That's just about the most clever joke you can make about a set of twins. With an ass of a dad like Jimmy Pesto, it's a wonder that these kids enjoy life the way that they do. It's made all but clear that he doesn't care too much for them, and as a single father, it seems that raising them is a chore and showing affection is a struggle.
Great. I love you.
Last chance to earn my love, guys.
I love that joke.
Come to think of it, the same could be said for their brother Jimmy Jr., who is rarely seen engaging with his brother and clearly has his own issues with their father.
Don't tell me not to dance, Dad!
So maybe, just maybe, one of the reasons that these twins are so close is because underneath it all, they realize they're all they've got. If I had to be completely honest, I'd say that I really don't find Andy and Ollie to be that entertaining, but in a show that capitalizes on wholesomeness, it feels only right to place them in my top 5 as the number 4.
Do you think she's coming back? I don't know, I'm so cold. Cut me open and crawl inside me. One of us should live. Okay.
Alright, so let's talk candidly for a bit because I have a dilemma. If you look at my channel history, you'll realize that before the Beat Saber videos, it was just a random assortment of things I uploaded, and for a while I thought the Beat Saber videos could work. Obviously that didn't work out as well as I had hoped, but I really think that the Bob's Burgers content could be a really great solution for channel direction, with said content being for both existing fans and new fans alike. The issue is that I'm undecided on whether I should keep this channel rebranded or make a brand new channel for the content. Obviously this one has 4,000 subscribers, so it may be better than starting from nothing, but I'm not sure. So please, as you guys leave a comment and subscribe, let me know your thoughts on the matter so that I can at least make some kind of decision. I greatly appreciate it. Now I'm sure you may have noticed an assortment of medals building around my neck. These things are for the best of the best, those kids who truly solidify what the show is about. Now for the fans who are watching, take a moment to try and guess who you think will be awarded the gold for number 1. If you get it right, go ahead and comment, and if you get it wrong, comment who you thought. I'm holding you to the honor system now.
I'm Jimmy Jr. Pesto. You know I am the besto. I'm cooler than the resto.
He wrote the Hot Guy Manifesto? We wish we were Jimmy Jr. Pesto.
Jimmy Jr.'s danced his way into the 3rd spot and definitely needs no invitation. Jimmy Jr. is the second side of the previously mentioned triangle. Though I consider Josh to be the better suitor, I consider Jimmy Jr. the better character overall. I realize that whenever I mention a teen boy, they usually have something to do with Tina, and based on what I described about her, I'm pretty sure that's obvious why.
Why does Tina have to like Jimmy Pesto Jr. of all the 13-year-old boys in the world?
Yeah, she likes them too.
Jimmy Jr. or J-Ju per his given moniker is a sort of interesting character. One thing you'll notice right off the bat is that H. John Benjamin distinguishes his voice role as Jimmy Jr. with a distinct speech impediment that fans have described as both unique and endearing.
What do you mean, what?
Oh my god, I never noticed how annoying you are. I can't even understand what you're saying.
Oh, I have a speech impediment, Tina.
Well, fix it.
After his debut in season 1, Jimmy Jr. joined the main cast of side characters and is mostly known for his friendship with the fan favorite Zeke or his on-again, off-again relationship with Tina. But more on Zeke later, perhaps? Much like Josh, Jimmy Jr. is also a dancer, albeit a little different. Sometimes he can hit the mark, but mostly he needs a lot of work. Regardless, he's passionate about it, and no matter if his style isn't as coordinated as some might prefer, he tries and tries.
Hello?
And tries.
What are you doing?
But if we're on the subject of Jimmy Jr.'s dancing, then nothing was more better? What? But if we're on the subject of Jimmy Jr.'s dancing, I'd say that nothing was better than his Footloose performance for Cyndi Lauper's Taffy Butt, which was actually a parody of her song for the Goonies, Good Enough. Here, take a look.
Taffy butt, there's treasure in that butt. I want that taffy butt. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Taffy butt, it's such a taffy butt. There's gold there.
Due to his indecisiveness about whether or not he wants to be with Tina, fans have put Jimmy Jr. on an indefinite timeout. In future seasons, Tina makes various passes at him and mostly he declines, so if you ask me, I'd say that they're done and Tina's just in pure denial.
Your ass is grass and I'm gonna mow it.
Leave me alone.
Their dynamic eventually became less of love interest and more like a Nikki Parker situation.
We do not have a relationship.
Love affair, romance engagement, whatever you want to call it.
But the core takeaway here is that Jimmy Jr.'s 14, people. 14. Tina being 13. This is the age where children first begin to explore the complexities of dating and can't be too sure of who or what they want. Trust me, I know. Jari looking at you, honey. This is how it looks when things are realistic, but if we focus on the positives, Jimmy Jr. gave Tina her very first kiss. This man said he'd sell his bike to take Tina to a rotating restaurant, took her to said restaurant and had a whole different bike the next time he rides one. Bro, real talk, y'all need to back up off Jimmy Jr. though, for real.
Leave Jimmy alone!
Done made me break character. When the curtain closes, Jimmy Jr. is a charismatic, popular, and high-energy teen with just a touch of daddy issues.
We can put on some Boyz II Men and I can slow dance.
Hey, Pepper, no! For the 1000th time, no!
It's my passion, Dad. Passion!
These adjectives come together for the bronze medal, awarded to Jimmy Jr. for hanging in there and brushing off the haters.
Hey, Shayna.
Yeah? What's that dancing for?
Your skirt stuck in your underwear.
Oh, thanks for telling me.
All right, fix it.
Okay.
Now this is where things got tough. These last two are my absolute favorite kids in the show, and I wasn't sure who to give the silver or the gold, but ultimately only one of them proved wholesome enough to claim the #1 spot. But for now, on to number 2.
My brothers are twins, but there's only one of me, and it feels like a ripoff. Where's my twin, Don? Where's my twin?
I'm right here, JG. I got you.
You don't look like me!
Not a criteria for friendship.
Zeke takes the #2 spot because he pooped in various objects across the school. Not really, no, that's not why. I mean, he did, and they gave him the name Mad Pooper for it, but that's... well, he was doing it because we could just talk about something else. For the most part, this kid is awesome in almost every scene that he's in. And if I show someone a picture of Zeke, they probably say he looks like your typical bully, and he does. But what if I told you this boy doesn't have one bully bone in his body?
Dude, what?
That's right, Zeke. You don't. Above all else, Zeke cares about people, which is ironic considering that it's hinted that he doesn't exactly have the best home life. Zeke seems to always be happy and bothered by absolutely nothing, but more than anything, he's happiest when he's wrestling with his best friend, Jimmy Jr.
Come on. JJ's starting to ride.
One of the things that make me love Zeke is that he has this adorably thick southern accent that lends itself perfectly to his character.
Piercing booth. Y'all do nips or scrotes?
Zeke, you have any money?
Nah, my white ass is broke.
Zeke's also a grandma's boy, and he's not spoken much of any other character outside of his cousin or his grandma, and I'm no stranger to grandma's babies myself.
Dude, what?
In the season 5 episode Midday Run, Zeke gets in trouble for attempting to steal the school mascot suit after being told he couldn't borrow it. Tina, as hall monitor, was tasked with escorting Zeke to the principal's office for the offense. Zeke escapes Tina's custody, and the episode briefly becomes a hunt for him.
Where's Zeke, Jimmy Jr.?
I told your sister, Tina, I don't know.
That's not good enough.
When Tina does find him, it's revealed that the reason he wanted the mascot suit is because his grandma loves mascot performances and she was scheduled to go into surgery, so he wanted to treat her before she went in just in case things went south.
She's having surgery today, and I just wanted to mascot around for her before she went under the knife.
Tina doesn't fully buy his story, but eventually finds out that he's telling the truth after his grandma calls the school looking for him. She then decides to steal the mascot uniform for Zeke, realizing that he had pure intentions the entire time.
Take it
What?
and go.
Damn, Tina. Now I got a story to tell on our wedding day. You think that's not gonna happen, but I'll get you, girl. I'm gonna get you.
God, I love him so much. Speaking of which, as I stated earlier, whenever we talk about teenage boys, we talk about Tina, and Zeke is no exception.
Hell, Jeju takes you for granted.
Zeke?
Sorry, Jeju. It's the truth.
Before there was Josh, fans considered Zeke to be the most positive direction for Tina's love life, and here and there the show would drop little hints that could suggest a budding romance.
Ah, screw it.
Holy dude, what in the...
Given the fact that Josh and Tina practically swore off dating, I guess we could say that that's still a possibility. I really wanted to give Zeke the #1 spot, I did, but after a careful review of his character, there was one mistake that he made that put him just out of reach, and that was the moment that he gave Gene a titty twister to force him to quit the cheerleading team.
This is a warning. You quit cheerleading, or I'm coming back for the other Nurple.
That just wasn't my Zeke. That dog.
Oh, God.
Zeke is a very unique play on the sleeveless, brutish, sort of troublemaker, and he's by all means what comes to mind when I consider the phrase gentle giant. There are so many scenes that are worth showing here, but to wrap things up, I'll share one of my faves. Here, take a look.
Let's see what we got. All right. Let's try some of this leafy stuff. Some of these orange flakes that look like fish food. Ugh, forget it. Let's invite some of this to the party. Ooh la la. Paprika. Eureka. Get your ass in here, girl. Oh, man. Oh, boy. All right, I probably wrecked it.
It's unbelievable.
Shut up.
It's amazing.
No.
Zeke, you may have a perfect palate. Do you know how rare that is?
Get out of my mouth, Mr. B. Stop it.
Zeke, you can't run away from your gift.
No.
I can teach you. Zeke, don't shut me out. You've gotta give it a chance, Zeke.
Hell. All right. I'll try it. Just don't start something you can't finish, Mr. B.
I won't let you down, Zeke.
Anyhow, the soup wasn't perfect. Tina put too much salt in it.
Go to hell, Zeke.
There have been a couple of characters who disappeared from the face of Bob's Burgers, and if Zeke were to somehow stop being on the show, I don't even want to think about it. Dude wipes, $3.99 Amazon. Bob's Burgers is my happy place, and Zeke stands guard to ensure that its gates are never breached. And that tenacity is what earns him the silver medal for pure, uncut awesomeness.
This roasted nut recipe is my own blend of herbs and spices. It's called Zeke's Hot Nut Sack.
And finally, we come to the top of the list. Now, if you're a fan of the show, you may have thought Zeke to be my number one, but if not him, I'm sure you know who it'd have to be at this point. But in true Watch Mojo fashion, before I reveal my top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Freaky Friday's getting to me, man. They really understand each other.
You pull yourself together.
They just had to see things from each other's perspective. Walk a mile in each other's shoes. It's a beautiful story of love and acceptance. Oh, my stomach.
Then I had to take care of Millie, so I got you to run. Then I helped you take her down in a way that also took you down.
We were pawns?
I believe you mean prawns.
You can't be that smart.
Chess I can.
Having fun? Jessica! Oh, yeah! Tons! Thanks for inspiring me!
Count them down.
What's happening? Should I be insulted? Can we still ride bikes?
Of course you can't. Just like a normal kid. Just like a normal kid.
Thanks for your help, Bobsters. You did a good thing today.
I'm a normal kid.
Yeah, you're
Am I
real
not, like,
normal.
a normal
Rudy.
kid?
Right, officers?
That's right.
Regular sized Rudy is infallibly the most normal kid on the show. When I first saw Rudy, my initial thought was, who in the Bobby Hill is this kid? But after familiarity with the character, I literally don't see the resemblance. He's just too much of his own person now for that resemblance to linger.
Regular-sized Rudy? Why do they call you that?
Just look at me.
Okay.
Rudy dons the qualifier of regular size due to the fact that there's another student in his same grade named Rudy. But his stature is much shorter and smaller than that of our number one.
Hey, what's a big idea?
Gee, Rudy, quit sneaking up on people.
So much so that he's only ever been seen just off screen and was given the moniker of pocket-sized Rudy. That said, our Rudy is only called regular sized when one refers to him, but never when being addressed. Regular sized Rudy is an asthmatic optimistic. It also goes without saying that he isn't very athletic. Rudy can still be found being quite active here and there.
Just use your thing already, Rudy.
You mean my booster rocket?
It's not often that Bob's Burgers makes jokes about a person's impediment, and they tend to treat those characters like they would anyone else. In this case though, regular sized Rudy tends to be the butt of his own asthma related jokes.
Sneak into the teacher's lounge. Oh no, I need to sit down.
Oh, Rudy,
Where's my inhaler? Where's my inhaler?
It's right, you're holding it.
Oh my god.
Rudy first appeared in the episode Cake Museum where he was paired with Bob and Louise on the chaperone field trip. After being a little too active, Rudy begins to have an asthma attack, but his inhaler is out of reach.
This is for you, Warren Fitzgerald. And you too, Rudy. Cool. Whoa!
Since then, Louise and Rudy have become the best of friends, and besides himself, Louise is the only other person who ever makes a joke about his asthma, but he's always sure to get her back.
I kinda wanna see how this one ends.
Oh, sweet Rudy. You probably won't live to see the end.
Oh.
Yeah, what happens when you eat it?
I don't know, I've never eaten it. I don't know it. Just kidding.
Damn it, Rudy!
It's not that bad, I just get a rash on my back.
Rudy is the sweetest kid on the show, and I dare say the sweetest in animation history. He has a certain endearing naivete that causes him to be impressed by even the smallest of feats.
Did you guys see that?
See what?
It's okay. God saw. Cannonball! Did I get ya?
So cute. If there was anything that I could say that I absolutely hate about Rudy, it would be his unrequited affinity for the walking shampoo bottle known as Chloe Barbash. If you thought Tammy was a self-centered diva, then hell hath no narcissism like Chloe.
One kiss is all it takes.
She's the only person on the show who takes advantage of Rudy, and her manipulation makes him fall for her.
Dear cutie bear, you look adorbs today. What's the answer to question 3 on the quiz? Oh.
Yeah, pretty hot stuff, huh?
But Louise is there in his defense when she catches wind of her manipulation.
Rudy's a big boy. If he feels like giving me the answers, that's up to him.
Okay, listen, he's not a big boy. He's regular size. And that kid has more heart in his regular sized body than anyone else in the school, and you're...
Louise is protective of Rudy's feelings because she knows that he's a sensitive little guy.
Listen, I don't like the way you're treating my boy, and you're gonna knock it off.
When Rudy thinks he'll get his first kiss from Chloe on Valentine's Day, Louise steps in to make sure that his V-Day isn't a total letdown.
Chloe doesn't like you, but who cares, right?
I guess I care.
Well, then stop it! Stop caring!
Yeah, okay. Well, thanks for letting me know, Louise. I guess I was silly to think I could get a kiss on Valentine's.
If you tell anyone about this, I will end you.
I think I'm sweating.
I'm just gonna take a moment here and say that if you decided to challenge my number 1 and 2 choice for this list, just look at this broship.
Shut up, Zeke. I'm sorry I said shut up.
You shut up.
See you at lunch. Promise we'll sit together? I love you so much, man.
I love you too, buddy. Get in here. Come on.
Are these scenes not in the dictionary under wholesome? Even while dealing with a one-parent household, chronic asthma, and a little body, Rudy manages to be the greatest and most organically written kid on the show.
I don't need a bounce house. I got my buds, I got cake, and later we'll be making spoon puppets and putting on a show.
Every kid on this list has their strengths and weaknesses, and though he may be weak,
I am going to be athletic.
Regular Size Rudy is a strong character who I dub the King of Wholesomeness, awarding him the gold medal for the top spot on this list.
A friend of mine is asthmatic and his parents are divorced. He's wondering if maybe it's the asthma's fault.
Yeah, maybe.
What?
Bob's Burgers is a wonderful show. Some have regarded it as corny or boring, but I realize it's because they're looking for the wrong thing. If you want something that'll have you bursting out your sides with laughter every 2 minutes, then no. We have Seth MacFarlane shows, South Park, and Rick and Morty for that, each of which I love for different reasons. But if you want something that makes you smile, warms the soul with just the occasional chuckle or two, then Bob's Burgers is the perfect show. Now, I do want to thank you guys for sticking around for the list, especially if you watch parts 1 and 2. And don't forget to answer those questions from earlier on in the video. Now, things are going to get a bit more mature in my next upload as I cover the top 10 minor adult characters in Bob's Burgers, but I am wondering if I should go to 1 from 10 in just the one video or split it in 2 like I did this, so let me know that in the comments as well. Anyways, thanks again for watching, be safe, stay cool, and remember to work hard or die trying, girl. Curtain call!